Report for you looking at the intensification of the crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. Now, just last week, the courts totally banned the Brotherhood, of course, and ordered its funds seized. Critics say in a crippling strike, in a dramatic crackdown on the Islamist movement. Well, since President Mohamed Morsi's ousting in July, an estimated 2,000 members have been arrested. Sonia Dridi and Haxi Meyers report from Cairo on how worrying life is for those still supporting the Brotherhood.
Yasser still manages to laugh despite being on the receiving end of a political crackdown. He's an active member of the Muslim Brotherhood. As the group's press officer, he's continuing to work in this Cairo office, even though there's a warrant out for his arrest.
I don't stay at home, so I try to stay in another place. I've sent my kids to their grandmother, and I don't see them. I just give them calls from time to time. This is the only way I can see them. Sometimes I can reach them via Skype or something like that. At any time, I can be arrested. I have been warned not to make this interview, by the way, but I don't care.
Yasser knows that he's being watched, but he wants to talk, particularly about the recent outlawing of all activity linked to the Brotherhood.
It's a mere political decision. It's really unfair and unjust, and it can never be accepted. The MBs have a history of more than 85 years, and they are among the Egyptians for more than 80 years, and they are part of this Egyptian society. Even they are banned, even they are dissolved, they will continue work and nothing will stop them.
The Muslim Brotherhood remains determined, but they are undeniably weakened. According to observers, the state is preparing to come down even harder on the Islamist group in the coming months.
Their offices are closed down. They cannot work in these conditions. So effectively, their work is in chaos and almost, well, I wouldn't say non-existent, but certainly in a state of utter chaos. There will be several legal stages, but I think that eventually we will end up banning all groups associated with the Muslim Brotherhood.
In fact, many people are hoping for the Brotherhood to be pushed out of Egyptian society for good. This downtown cafe provides a meeting place for anti-Brotherhood activists. They're no longer wary of taking on the vocabulary of the army. For them, the Muslim Brotherhood are terrorists. Afaf is a seasoned Tahrir Square protester. Everything that the Muslim Brotherhood does is against the nation and against its citizens. They call for violence and terrorism at all of their meetings. Support for the Brotherhood is waning faster than ever before. I work in local neighborhoods and I've seen just how much people are pushing the Brotherhood away. They're even refusing to sell them things. For example, if a brother goes to the market, the seller will say, "No, you're a brother. You just follow blindly like sheep." Supported in their campaign against the Muslim Brotherhood, the authorities continue to push forward with reforms. Next step, writing a new constitution. A move that may well see the banning of all religious parties.
Well, we're going to go to Cairo now, speak to our correspondent there, Ashraf Khalil. Ashraf, how far has the crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood gone there? And has this court decision banning the Brotherhood actually been applied yet?
Well, no, not really. At this point, the court ruling has not been put into action. To a certain extent, the court ruling was unnecessary because the government has been dealing with the Muslim Brotherhood as if they were a banned organization for about 3 months now. But there are other aspects of the court ruling that, if they are put into action, really would take the organization back perhaps even 50 years, take it back generationally, in that the court also ordered the seizure of all assets, all properties, all funds of the Brotherhood. It ordered the ceasing of all activities, anything financed by the Brotherhood. So at this point, it's just hanging over the group, the possibility that this court order could be put into actual enforcement. But so far, I think it's just being used as a threat over the group.
And is the Brotherhood planning any more action back, or have people just really become too scared, they're keeping their heads down?
Partially, yes, partially each, because definitely the curfew, the militarization of Egypt in the past few months, the security alert has really limited the brothers' abilities to marshal massive crowds. It's ended their ability to hold sit-ins. It's ended their ability to just take over a public square, which they've done in the past. However, the organization is going down swinging. They have remained defiant. Protests all around the country, maybe not huge protests, but very regular protests all around the country continue to take place. And one very interesting thing, the organization has kind of shifted into a sort of a hit and run nuisance civil disobedience model. When schools and universities opened up last week, the youth brother contingents on all campuses did protests. Just earlier this month, when the former mufti, a major religious scholar named Ali Goma, who supported the ousting of Morsi, when he appeared at a public ceremony, it was completely disrupted by young Brotherhood people who basically drove him out of the room. So that appears to be the model they're going for. But no, they are continuing to remain defiant.
Ashraf Khalil with the latest from Cairo there. Thanks very much. And that was today's Asia Live.